Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you doing so. My name is Eric Eikoff, and I am the Director of Alumni Operations here at John Carroll, and we are glad that you're able to join us. Over the past 2 years, the Office of Alumni Relations and the John Carroll University Alumni Association has developed a number of programs in the spirit of lifelong learning, including our ACES programs, which is our Alumni Continuing Education Series, our Alumni Author Series, God in All Things, and tonight's program, the Alumni Spotlight. Today's program is hosted in conjunction with the Alumni Association and our team in the Office of Alumni Relations. And we'll focus our Alumni Spotlight on Esther Salada from the John Carroll class of 2013, founder and CEO of Benesafe Solutions. Before I introduce Esther, I'd like to provide a few housekeeping updates. I encourage you to view the program in full screen mode, as it will enhance your viewing experience. I know that Esther has a couple slides that she would like to share with us. After Esther shares her slides, I'll go into some brief Q&A and open it up to all of you for any of your questions. Please utilize the chat feature, and I'll go ahead and ask those to Esther on your behalf. It is now my honor to introduce today's featured guest, Esther Salada. Esther Salada is an entrepreneur using her environmental science and biology degree to advocate for safe pest control spray. Esther founded Benesafe Solutions, inspired by her love for nature and her dog's safety. She applied her knowledge and experience gained by studying cyanobacteria, taxonomy, and ecology to create lawn care treatments safe for pets, people, and the environment. Salada says being a first-generation Indian immigrant has helped shape her strong work ethic and credits her JCU experience for growing her desire to create positive change within our world. Please join me in welcoming Esther Salada. Esther, how are you doing today? It is great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Eric. I'm happy to be here, and thanks everyone for joining us.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to turn over to you, Esther, to share a little bit about Benesafe and your journey, and then I'll get into some Q&A once you're done.
Sounds good. So hi, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Like Eric said, I am the founder and CEO of Benesafe Solutions, which is a plant-based yard and garden spray. I am in the class of 2013, and at John Carroll, I double majored in environmental science and biology, and I had a lot of extracurricular activities. I was in the environmental issues group, sustainability committee. I also was a root-based scholar and in the honors program. And to show you a little bit more about what Benesafe is, I have a short video. All right, can everyone see that?
Ready to go.
It has no sound to it, but I will explain what you're seeing. So that's Benny. He's the reason we started Benesafe Solutions. So like I said, it's a plant-based product that treats mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks. We wanted to create a safer solution that was safe for pets, people, and the environment. It's a DIY spray, so it's easy to use. You attach your hose, shake, spray your yard. That's me. I'm the founder, and Benny's the inspiration. And if you're looking to learn more, you can go to benesafesolutions.com. All right. So let me switch my screen to this one. So that's a little bit about Benesafe, and now I'm going to talk to you about me at John Carroll. I am a John Carroll couple with my husband. That's my husband, Ryan. That was one of our first pictures together in 2009 or 2010. We're clearly in a dorm room. We're playing a game on the floor with cards. That's all I'll say. We ended up, getting married and traveling the world really together, and then starting Benesafe together as well. So really proud to be, a Carroll couple. I had to include that in this presentation. Timeline for Benesafe Solutions. We thought of the idea in July of 2020 when we were spending more time outside due to COVID. we were getting really affected by mosquitoes. So were our friends when they would come over to our backyard. And we were using sprays, thermocells, and candles, but nothing seemed to really solve the problem. So we ended up saying, hey, let's treat our whole yard and, take care of the problem at its cause or at its root. We went to Home Depot and Lowe's and had a hard time finding a product. So then, of course, we went to Amazon, found a few products, but when we ordered them, we thought the ingredients were pretty simple, and we thought to ourselves, hey, we can make a product like this. And at that time, I shut down that idea and I said, no way, that's not going to happen. We're not starting a business, until I got laid off from my job at the time and got to work and started Benesafe in November of 2020 is when we filed our LLC. By May, we actually had our finished product, which you see in this photo, which is our yard spray, and we launched it. And then by July, we actually got into a few local retailers and one landscape company. So we were gaining traction. And then in August, my husband Ryan got a job transfer to Columbus. So we picked up shop and moved to Columbus. And from the fall till March, I've been networking, marketing Benesafe, and I could say now that we're in 8 local retailers, and that number is increasing week by week, which is pretty incredible. And now is our busy season. Mosquitoes are out. People are spending more time outside, so we're really excited to be busy with our new business. A little bit about me. Like I said, my background education is in environmental science and biology. After John Carroll, I did go to the University of Michigan to study conservation ecology. Here you see a photo. On the right is me in Sitka, Alaska, and on the left is a photo of me at work when I was working for the PA DCNR with Benny. So a little bit of my work history. My first internship ever was with the Cuyahoga County Board of Health. And I actually got that job through a friend at John Carroll whose mother worked there. So full circle, I've had a lot of different jobs, mostly in the environmental field. And 10 years later, I'm the founder of a pretty much mosquito control spray company. So I always like pointing that out. It's interesting to see where people go in life. The problem that we're trying to solve with our product is that mosquitoes and other insects like ticks, they create an uncomfortable environment for us, and they also could potentially carry diseases. There are sprays that exist in the market, but most of them are harmful to pets, family, and the environment. And hiring a service to spray your yard for pests is expensive. And a lot of times when people say that they hire a service, I ask them, what are they using around your property? And I haven't had anyone tell me what they're actually spraying around their house. So what's in our spray. So our solution is Benesafe Solutions. Our product is plant-based, made out of 4 simple ingredients. It's a do-it-yourself spray. So I have it right here. You attach your hose, turn on your water, shake and spray. It's an affordable solution. You could buy 2 bottles for $60 if you buy online, and that should last you a couple months in the summer. It's fast and convenient. In less than 5 minutes, you can treat up to 5,000 square feet. And I always like to include the directions when I explain our product, because people see the product, they're like, oh, I know this, just attach the hose and spray anytime. But really, there is a method that you should be using when using a pesticide like this. You want to apply twice within the first 3 to 10 days to fully eliminate the life cycle of the pest, and repeat when needed. It should last 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the weather. So if there's a heavy rainfall or rainstorm, you do need to reapply. I like to add that our product is pollinator safe. The cedarwood oil, which is our main ingredient, is safe for bees. However, it's best to apply in the early mornings or in the evenings while bees and other pollinators aren't actively pollinating. As a John Carroll alumni and a business owner, I am proud to say that we do have an impact-driven component of our business. We raise funds on our online sales for organizations that are in conservation, sustainability, and animal welfare. These are the three that we've supported so far. And the number one is Mercy for Satos. And that's an organization that's really near and dear to us because our dog, Benny, who's our inspiration for our business, actually came from the streets of Puerto Rico. And so this nonprofit takes these street dogs, rehabs them, and then adopts them out to the US or to other places in the US and around Puerto Rico as well. So the future of Benesafe, we have a few things that we want to do, actually a lot of things. First step is getting efficacy data. As a scientist, getting data from a lab is really important to support our credibility. And although we do have scientific articles that prove that our ingredients do, kill and repel fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, we're looking to get that data, and we're working with a lab at OSU to obtain that. We also want to expand outside of Central Ohio and hopefully expand to other states as well. Right now, we are working mostly in our house and in our basement, so we're looking to get larger space down the line, also to hire people. Ryan and myself are the main two people that are running the business. We sometimes get my parents' help, but it would be nice to hire people to help us out with production. And we want to expand our product line. So right now we have the 32-ounce, yard spray that treats 5,000 square feet. We also are looking to include a gallon in our product line because we've had a lot of people tell us we have, 3 acres of land. We can't just use this product. So the gallon will cover up to 3 acres of land. You just need your own sprayer to use the concentrate. We also want to create a personal spray, a spray that you can use both on people and pets when you're hiking or fishing to keep the mosquitoes away. And the next step, of course, is to get into bigger retailers. The retailers that we're targeting now are the small mom and pop local businesses. Down the line, we'd like to get into bigger stores. So if you're wondering, how do I learn more about Benesafe? We would love to keep in touch. You can go to benasafesolutions.com, sign up for our newsletter. We send maybe 1 to 2 emails max per month, so you're not going to get spammed. You can also keep in touch with us by liking us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We love connecting and seeing how you're using our product. So thank you, Eric, for this presentation. I'm so proud to be an alumni of John Carroll University, and I hope you saw that through my presentation. John Carroll has impacted me, like today, how I live my life and how I run the business. So really grateful for this opportunity to share my story about Benesafe, and I'm excited to hear your questions and feedback.
Well, awesome, Esther. Thank you again so much for sharing your journey and Benesafe. I know when I got your name from a colleague of mine who found your story about Benesafe.
Okay.
And a little bit about my family. My daughter is super susceptible to mosquitoes, and we know that we've tried almost everything. And this is a new product, and I'm super excited because the stories that you've shared with me when we were talking previously are pretty exciting, and I can't wait to use it this summer when the mosquitoes come out. And clearly, you are definitely an alumna who loves John Carroll. And I was wondering if you could share a little bit more about your John Carroll experience and how it helped start Benesafe. And then also, were there any classes or professors that were more impactful than others as you went on your journey?
Yeah, sounds good. And I just want to note there are some questions coming in the chat as well.
Yep.
So how John Carroll, I would say, well, John Carroll was my first experience in the field of environmental science and, conservation, as well as, being an Arupe scholar, doing all the social justice and volunteer events that we would do. That really helped, shape who I am today. Professors that, took me under their wing freshman year to sophomore year was mostly Dr. Johansson, who took me to Hawaii with him to study cyanobacteria. From there, Dr. Anthony was, the professor that taught me ecology, which is my favorite subject to this day. And then Dr. Dranovsky was great in, mentoring me and helping me continue on with my education through grad school.
Awesome. Well, we truly are fortunate to have amazing faculty who invest in our students, and I'm glad that you had that experience for sure. I know you shared a little bit about your own professional background, working for the Park Service, working for mosquito control for Cleveland. Tell us a little bit more about how those professional experiences help shape Benesafe, and are there things that you learned along the way that you kind of instilled into the company?
Yeah, so my professional experiences are very diverse. I worked in parks. I worked at this national park, state park, and Cleveland Metro Parks, and as an educator, as a naturalist. So I think that really helped me learn how to communicate with different audiences and teach them about a topic. And obviously the topic at that time was environmental science, conserving our natural resources. Mm-hmm. And when I worked outside of the environmental field as a job developer, my job was to network with other businesses and connect people and help people find jobs. So that's really helped me right now as a business owner to have that skill of networking and walking into a room of 80 people, which you don't know, and meeting people and telling them about yourself and learning about them too. I think, that internship that I talked about earlier was something that, back then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a mosquito control intern driving in a truck around Cuyahoga County, treating catch basins every day. That did impact, my business in a way, and my, deep hatred for mosquitoes. So yeah, all those things have definitely shaped the way I look at business and the way I interact with people.
Awesome. I'm going to save a couple of my other questions for later because I want to get to the ones that are in the chat because they're really, really great. Will the same product that you're working on for the personal spray be in the personal spray? Can you decant it into a container until you have a personal spray?
So with that question, I would say no. Our product right now is a regulated pesticide. So the proportions that you would need to create a personal spray would be different to the concentrate that we've created here. Our goal is to make a personal spray that has similar ingredients. It would just be a different ratio, so I don't have that that information with me, and I don't want to suggest it too because it might not be effective. Sure. But that's a great question, Linda. I'm glad you're scientists and are interested in using our product in different ways. Okay, what retailers? Do you want me to read them?
Yeah, go ahead.
What retailers in Cleveland, in the Cleveland area, is Benesafe available? So we're only in one retailer in Cleveland. It's called Sweet Greens. It's in Independence, Ohio, right off the freeway. So it's pretty convenient. Sweet Greens in Independence. As you walk into the store, they have our product on their shelves. Since we're in Columbus, we're kind of focusing on just our regional area, but I'm from Cleveland. My parents live in Cleveland, so that's how we got into Sweet Greens. It was kind of like a store that my parents frequent, and they said, hey, you should get in there. And I went there, and he was like, yeah, for sure. Another retailer that is in Cleveland is actually Good Nature Lawn Care. They're selling our product, but they're selling it on their website. I don't think they have a store. So yeah, I would suggest Sweet Greens for in-person shopping experience. Also follow us on, Facebook, Instagram. We have a few summer offers coming up, and that might entice you to shop online as well.
I gotta say, so I bought a couple of the bottles. I think I got them. I think I got them 3 days later after I placed the order. So Esther turned it around just like that, which was great. Going off of that with retailers, it kind of spurred my mind. Like, what process do you go through to get into other retailers or other landscaping businesses? What does that process look like for you?
So the best strategy is to have someone that knows the owner or someone that works there. That's what I feel like works best. So, I meet someone in a networking event, they say, hey, you should sell your product at this garden shop. I always say, hey, do you know someone who works there? And that usually leads to the direct contact information of the owner. Mm-hmm. And from there, I, just pitch the product. Hey, we're a new company. We're a local company. We're making this plant-based yard and garden spray. It's safe for pets, safe for people, and safe for, birds and bees as well. And they either say, oh, that's awesome, we want it in our store, or I don't get anything in response, or they say, no, we're not interested at this time. So that's kind of the process. It's been, I have done a lot of cold calling, also cold visiting, which is just showing up to different local stores and giving them a product, telling them my story, and seeing if they want to carry it. And most of the time, I'm finding is that people are open to trying to trying this new product, because a lot of times they don't have this type of product already in their store.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. If everything is more the traditional chemical based, I think the world is, opening up and making, like, they want to be more, environmentally friendly. Definitely if you have a pet. So this is a wonderful product for that reason alone. Patricia Chiller had a question. If you treat your lawn, but not the woods next to your lawn, will Benesafe stop the mosquitoes from the woods? Or do you need to treat the woods too?
So we say to treat, all surfaces that could harbor pests. So if the woods is not in your property, then you definitely can't treat it. But if the woods is in your property, I would suggest treating it. Ticks are really prevalent in woods, but like in the soil, under shrubs, under your deck, in the grass, all those areas are areas where mosquitoes can, breed and continue to thrive. And is there an odor with the human spray? So the human spray is we have this product. I'm not sure if this is the human spray you're talking about. This is a yard and garden spray, which is safe for humans. It has a natural spray. It's mostly cedarwood oil. It's about 18% cedarwood oil. So the people that smell it love it. If you've ever had a cedar chest, or yeah, I would compare it to like a cedar chest. There's also citronella in there. So it's a very pleasant smell. But yeah, Patricia, please treat your yard, treat your, tree line, anywhere where the pests can harbor. And once you do your treatments, which is 2 within the first 3 to 10 days, you can fully kill the life cycle of fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes to create that barrier around your house.
Awesome. And I want to kind of like finish up with a couple more on if you have any other questions from the audience, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll get to those too. But I want to get more into your story about actually starting the business, because obviously it hasn't been the easiest last couple of years. And everyone who I've spoken with who are entrepreneurs all have their own story about either how they sustained their business or started a business, especially during the pandemic. So what was your experience like? Like, obviously you'd gotten laid off, but starting a business in a pandemic, that's a pretty amazing feat to accomplish.
Yeah, so the business, like, but besides that, besides the whole like COVID thing, my background is not in business. So it's learning a brand new like career and topic. I think that's been the most challenging part for me. Starting during the pandemic was hard to get out into the community. You know, we do a lot with being at vendor events, farmers markets, where people can see Benesafe and learn more about it in the community. We didn't have that opportunity when we started. We actually only planned on launching this one product, which is a yard spray, and selling it online. We were just going to be e-commerce. But from that, people were saying, hey, we have a friend that owns a doggy daycare. They would love to sell your product. Then, you know, having them sell our product. And then they said, hey, we would love to, we have a friend that works in a garden or owns a garden shop. You should sell your product there. And that's how it kind of progressed into those retailers. So yeah, like the hardest part is starting the business. And then it's just interesting how it's dramatically changed into what it is today, from e-commerce because of COVID to now, you know, expand to retailers and go to vendor fairs.
And then I guess the last question I would have, for those individuals who are interested in starting their own business or their own organization, what advice would you give them? You know, or, you know, were there things that you wish you would have done differently, or something that you were really proud that you did when you started?
Yeah, that's a great question. The advice I would give is, you know, create a product that is in line with your values. Also, before you do jump into creating a business, see if there's a need for that kind of product or service, and do market research. What we personally did was we talked to business owners or friends that were retired business owners. You know, it's easy to talk to your mom and tell them your business idea because she's going to say, yeah, oh, you're brilliant. You know, you got to talk to people who are going to be critical. And when we told them about this idea, they were like, you have to do this. Don't tell anyone your idea. So, I mean, that was the feedback we needed. I mean, they had never heard of a product like this. And there are a lot of people that have not heard of a product like this. And I think that's a big component in starting a business is there a need, and do your market research. Also, you know, look for mentors who can help you through the process, because being an entrepreneur is very difficult, and talking to people who have been through everything you're going through is the best way to learn, and they have great advice too. They want to see you succeed. You have a patent on the formula. Linda, that's a great question. Our product is non-proprietary, so we do not have a patent on the product, on the formula. Ryan? So I am going to introduce Ryan, my husband, who's also the production chemist, and he's in charge of R&D. So Linda had the question about the patent. I said.
Yeah, I'm going to make an appearance here. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, so for a small business like ourselves, you know, patents are very expensive, and you know, often if they're challenged, it's quite hefty legal fees to try to defend that progress and process. So we decided not to go that route. Additionally, there's very strict like EPA guidelines for, you know, what you can put on your bottle, and we have to explicitly state what is in our product as a minimum risk pesticide. So when combining the EPA regulations and the risk of you know, possibly being challenged, we thought the best route was to not file anything.
Linda, were you going to go off mute? No? Okay.
Oh, another.
Any other questions?
Thank
Give me 1 second. Let me.
Okay, Linda said, I'm worried that someone will steal your idea.
Guess we could bring Benny in here too.
Okay, the whole family's here, Linda, and everyone else.
But yeah, Linda, that is possible, but there are a lot of barriers and challenges to starting this. One of the main ones is the strict EPA regulations and guidelines that require a lot of diligent reading and preparation and consultation to be compliant in this field. So sure, there are that is possible, but there's a lot of barriers to and as Esther mentioned before, with our values and our expertise, then we feel like it was a good fit.
We also thought a barrier for someone to create our product was the ability to
source all the
source all the materials to get this. There are very few people that produce this bottle, and yeah, we find some kind of security in that as well too. But that is a great question, and we get that a lot. So thank you.
Yeah, obviously that's Benny, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Benny. This is the reason why we came up with Benesafe. And he currently sees deer in the backyard, so we're holding him.
Gotta love terriers, right?
Yep.
Well, if no one else has any other questions, I just want to say thank you, Esther, and Ryan as well, for sharing your story, sharing your expertise with us. I am so glad that we were able to put the spotlight on you. And above all, I'm just so thankful and grateful that you're both members of the John Carroll community. We're truly fortunate to have both of you.
Yeah, we're proud members of the John Carroll community, and we're so happy to share our idea, our business. And if anybody's, interested in connecting with us, like I said, just reach out. You can go to our website, and we're happy to continue this conversation.
Awesome. And what I'll do is I will make sure everyone gets the direct links to Benesafe Solutions website and can connect with Esther for sure. Before we conclude, I would like to share with you a few other opportunities for you to take advantage of this spring through the Office of Alumni Relations. We have 2 programs next week. On Wednesday, May 25th, Dr. Nancy Sella, PhD and PSYD from the class of 80, shows us that fear is normal, but fear does not need to control us, as she shares her book, Fear Traps. If you're feeling trapped in a cycle of coping mechanisms that just keep making things worse, there is a way out, and Dr. Stella will share a few tips. The next evening, and that program will be on Zoom. On Thursday, May 26th, the Cleveland Cultural Gardens board member and author Dan Hansen will share the unique history, heritage, and art of the gardens and discuss his book, Murder in the Cultural Gardens, a riveting whodunit which takes place in a historic setting. This program will take place at John Carroll. Finally, the weekend of June 10th through the 11th will be a busy one for John Carroll. On Friday, June 10th, join fellow alumni at Sleepy Hollow Golf Course for the annual Alumni Golf Classic, benefiting the Father Lavelle Cleveland Chapter Scholarship. That evening, John Carroll welcomes back alumni from the classes ending in 2s and 7s for alumni reunion. This time-honored tradition allows alumni to rekindle their friendships and strengthen their bonds to JCU. Finally, on June 12th, join fellow alumni at Progressive Field as the Cleveland Guardians take on the Oakland Athletics. You can find more information about and register for all of our upcoming programs at jcu.edu/alumni. Additionally, we invite you to review the recordings of our previous programs on the John Carroll University Alumni Association YouTube channel. To view our extensive library, search for John Carroll University on YouTube. Finally, please consider a charitable gift to John Carroll in support of our students, our faculty, and our entire campus community. If you've already made a gift this year, thank you for your generosity. If you have not, please join me in supporting John Carroll so that we can continue to offer an outstanding education for our current and future Blue Streaks. You can make a donation by visiting jcu.edu/give. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Take care, be well, stay safe, and onward on John Carroll.